Today I'm going to be looking at a piece for orchestra called Restless Oceans by composer Clyne. I saw this piece live at the Winnipeg New Music Festival in 2024, and this is my first time listening to it since. Hopefully the score helps inform my experience of it. It was commissioned by the World Economic Forum in honor of the 25th anniversary of the Crystal Awards and premiered in 2019. The instrumentation for this piece is 2222-2200, timpani, percussion, and strings. And it's a very short work. It's only 3 minutes long. And the piece is inspired by a poem, it seems. It's inspired by this poem called A Woman Speaks by Audre Lorde, and composed with an all-woman orchestra in mind. I'll read the poem just since I have it here in front of me. So here goes. Moon-marked and touched by sun, my magic is unwritten, but when the sea turns back, it will leave my shape behind. I seek no favor, untouched by blood, unrelenting as the curse of love, permanent as my errors or my pride. I do not mix love with pity, nor hate with scorn. And if you would know me, look into the entrails of Uranus, where the restless oceans pound. I do not dwell within my birth, nor my divinities, who am ageless and half-grown, and still seeking my sisters, witches in Dahomey, wear me inside their coiled cloths, as our mother did mourning. I have been woman for a long time, beware my smile. I am treacherous with old magic, and the noon's new fury, with all your wide futures promised. I am woman, and not white. So, yeah, I don't know if there's much more to say about it, but this is what the first page of the score looks like. I'm gonna, since I've never gone over an Clyne piece yet in this channel, so I think it's worth just pulling up her bio here. So yeah, Grammy-nominated composer, very successful with orchestras, choreographers, filmmakers, and visual artists. Commissions from the LA Philharmonic, the Museum of Modern Art, Philharmonie de Paris, Royal Concertgebouw Orchestra, San Francisco Ballet, Sydney Opera House, etc. She's published by Boosey and Hawkes, and does teach as well, mostly as like composer teaching master classes and leading workshops. Here's the real meat and potatoes of this bio here. So she's been a composer in residence with a number of different orchestras. So as mentioned before, BBC Phil, Helsinki Phil, the Symphony Orchestra Castilla y León, the BSO, the CSO, National Orchestra of France, Philharmonia Orchestra, Scottish Chamber Orchestra, Trondheim Symphony Orchestra. So huge career as a resident composer at all these different orchestras, one after another. Yeah, it really puts it into perspective, because this is not a viable career in Canada. We only have like 2 positions in the whole country. But you know, if you're in Europe, and the US, I guess it's totally different. Yeah, it's mostly just a list of accomplishments here. Alright, so that's all I have to prepare you for this. The recording that I'm listening to is in the description to this video. And if you want to know my thoughts on it this listen, just continue watching the video. All right, yeah, so nice having a shorter listen. I think might be the shortest piece I've listened to on the channel so far. Um, and yeah, it was. I forgot how much like stomping and like shouting and sort of like percussion things were in it, but yeah, it is the majority of the score is filled with this stuff, and it's nice to see it on the page. This sort of double staved thing here. If you were to do something like that in an orchestra piece, I think this is a very informative bit of notation. Like this would be the score to check out if you want to do performers singing, speaking, stomping, etc. Yeah, and there's just a lot of good orchestration for like loud, full sounding things. She doesn't overcomplicate any of her textures. It's often just two-part writing in octaves and with the occasional like chords filling things in. And I remember the Winnipeg Symphony Orchestra put this together really quickly and easily, and it was very effective. So I think it is very well written for orchestra just based on that. Um, I think one moment that really stuck out for me, I'm not going to show it because I don't want to show too much of the score, but the introduction of the second theme with this like clarinet accompaniment and bassoons added was really cool, and I might look at that in more detail later. So, yeah, that was Restless Oceans.